Hello, and welcome to The Worm Show on Thorn Jules TV with your host, Thorn Jules. So, I have a very exciting video coming to you on The Worm Show today. You may have noticed that there is another layer, and I'm going to be putting it onto the box of life. We are at the stage now where actually the worms are pretty well, like they've gone through most of the food that is in the box. So, I believe, let's see if I can set that down. I believe that today is the day where I get to put the next layer on top of this box. Now, there's been a lot going on since the last time I filmed, and this time I'm also filming on a tripod, so I won't have a terrible camera operator phenomenon. Oop, as I did last time. I was getting fucking castings all over my Anyhow, yeah, so look at that. Very, very happy. There's a lot going on in here. And yeah, what I've decided to do is I'm just gonna sort of like tidy up a little bit around here, and I'm going to look at that. It's so good, so exciting. I'm gonna basically move on up in the world. Now, I'm filming this all raw. I haven't done anything, or actually haven't really spent a lot of time with this box this week. It's been a very, very busy week. I'm actually going to pop that in there for now, because that's where those wormies are going to end up. Look at that. There's a lot going on here. Now I have my food prepared. Well, my worm food prepared. I am making so much of this stuff because, of course, I produce it myself for the worms. And it is slowly taking over my freezer, to be honest. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that. Yes, I'm a big fan of cooking for myself, so I always have material that would need to be fed to wormies like this. Wow. So there's still quite a bit of food here left over from the last time I did a feeding. That's no doubt about that. They have lots and lots of food in there still. And I can smell it too. So I think I may have been overfeeding in a bit of excitement and thinking that these worms were a little bit further ahead than they actually are. So, and you know, I have a bad habit of plunging in and sort of learning by doing instead of learning by asking or reading instructions. But these worms do seem to be pretty happy. And I suspect that once I put the next layer on, they will eventually make their way up. So, all right. Okay. So look at that. Now, what I'm really, really hoping is that this new layer can sit right on top and that the worms will make their way down, or up, I should say. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm hoping that it'll fit just snugly in there. And it does seem to do that. What does it look like? Well, I'm not sure. I hope I'm doing the right thing here. That's all I can say. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of these little wormies here as well. I might just move this over a little bit. What I was going to do is I was going to feed in this area here and hope that some of them would work their way up. So yeah, I'm just going to move this all aside. Hopefully you can see that. All right. So this is some feed that I made a little while ago. It has lots and lots of mango and espresso grinds and all kinds of other good stuff. Old coconut and some all kinds of stuff that I had going out of my pantry. It's an old-fashioned word. Anyhow, yeah, so it's a really kind of a wet and miserable weekend, Saturday day here in the nation's capital. So I figured, why not do a little worm feeding? I've been off the schedule. I was doing it on Sundays, but I don't know. I've just been off the schedule a little bit, but that's okay, right? Okay, so we'll make that. Now, I have this dealie, and I'm going to spread it here. Yes. I have some worms there. Put them underneath. Yeah, so I'm very curious to see what's going to happen now. I hope it works. I hope that I haven't done anything that I shouldn't. I wonder as well, maybe I'll see if I can grab some other worms and add them to this. If I go a little worm hunting, now when I want to find them, they are AWOL. This one. Ooh, this one looks like it's gonna have babies. There's another one. I hope they're not upset by me picking them up. I don't know. Can I upset worms by picking them up? I don't know. Oh, there's some big ones here. Yes. And, whoop, yeah, perfect. Okay, so, doing this a bit off camera. I should be, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. Can you even see this? My apologies if this video is utter compost. Okay, so one of the things I noticed when I was moving this was that there is some accumulated, I don't know, worm tea in the base, on the base of this, underneath the this thing here. So I got to check that out and make sure that it doesn't overflow. I don't want worm juices and compost juices to be flowing in my kitchen. That would not be fun. Right. Okay. Well, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm very, very curious to see what happens next. I'm not sure, to be honest. All these eggs will no doubt be hatching. I don't know if you can see that, but boy, it's covered in eggs. So I'm hoping that this will be full of little critters and worms going forward. All the worms I transported here hopefully will be happy. Hope that I haven't disturbed them too much. We'll give it all a bit of a spritz. This cardboard I already prepared. Wet but not, well, moist but not wet. And of course I'm using water that's been allowed to sit for at least 24 hours so that the chlorine and fluoride and all that other kind of chemical nonsense can be leached out, evaporated and so on, so that the worms aren't affected. I do that for my plants as well. If you have home garden or even just your home plants, house plants, make sure you let the water sit for at least 24 hours. I have a bucket in my apartment just full of water that just sits there. Okay, well. Okay, well, we'll put the blanket back on and we shall see what happens. I'm very, very curious and excited to see the next steps. This thing, I'm a bit obsessive about keeping things, or trying to keep things tidy. And this is a bit of a challenge because it's very, very difficult to do that. So I just have to accept that not everything is going to be tidy. I mean, I'm not the only one I mean, I'm not even living in this thing. Something else is, so it's their environment. And I try to keep it clean. Anyhow, that's that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for being with me thus far. And I will keep you posted as to what happens next. Thanks for watching Worm TV. I'm your host, Thorn Jules. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Click like if you like this video, it helps a lot. Leave a comment, tell me what you think about my worm show adventure, and we will see you in the next episode. Thanks again to Box of Life. Not a sponsor, but an excellent company. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Peace.